Hi guys. Today is better be catching up. Hang on, let me make sure this is working. Okay, it should be working now. All right. Today is 1/15/2017. The time is 4:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be the morning of the 16th in New Zealand. In front of me, I have a map of Google Earth, as you can tell. And we are going to go to New Zealand. Yay! Because that's the fun place to be. Ta-da. Okay, and as you can see in front of me, I have pens set for yesterday and today for the past 36 hours. And y'all are going to stay just a little bit behind me, simply because that's the way online goes. So we're going to look at yesterday's first. What I mostly look at is the threes. I don't generally look at a lot of the twos unless they're deeper, like this. And it's not deep, but it's a 68-kilometer deep quake, which was a 2.5, which sits around this area near White Island and between Taranga. This area over here is where I've seen quite a few of the quakes going on. The deeper quakes are usually towards the middle. And then, of course, we still have a lot of the swarms that are carrying on down here by Seddon and Kagura. The next one was a 3.1, which occurred here near Seddon. Now, as you can see, this is a mountainous area. We're going to tilt the camera so you can get a better idea of what this area looks like. Probably need to go a little bit lower. So let's go down. We'll go down this far. We're going to tilt. This gives you a better idea. This is, it's mountainous, but it's not bad. They're going in very low. Now you should be able to get a better idea. Anyway, it's more like sandbar here. Okay, so that was 3.1. Then we've had another 3.2 I forgot to change the flag for, which occurred down here near Half Moon. Now I have updated these pens here, and they are already on the Facebook site, so you can download them and use them on your Google Earth. The next one was a 2.8, which is over here. Now, I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you something. We have a 3 here, 2.7 and 2.1. Now, if you count these, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus you have the 3, so you should be expecting around a 4 in this area. Last night, I made a joke to the admins and told them that within this area there was going to be a 4 to a 5. So I X'd this off here, and I X'd this off here, and I put a big old X mark over here, and basically nothing was going to go here. So it only left this area, right? The 4.5 hit, or 4.2 hit right here. So I was like, oh, really? It did. It happened. Took my nap, got up and looked and went, oh, wow. So, it kind of shocked myself, but, that's part of learning is being able to count up how many to what. And, I didn't really think I was going to get that right, but hey, I did. Anyway, the next one was a 2.4. It was 66 kilometers deep. This one occurred at this one occurred it was January 15th, 2015 at 10:16:52 p.m., which would have been nighttime there. I get these from Chrissy when I wake up in the morning. Thank you. Then we had a 2.3 at 47 kilometers deep, a 2.6, 2.8, 1.9, 1.5, 1.5, 2.3, 2.4 at 43. Then this 1.9 at 123 kilometers in depth, which occurred over here in this area. Now I want to look around a little bit. I saw something odd yesterday which looked volcanic to me. It was round. I'm going to see if I can find it again. And it's located in one of my pens. But it was round and actually looked like a volcano. And it's not marked on here as a volcano anywhere, so could have been. Not all volcanoes are marked. They don't want everybody to know some of them that exist because they might not be used anymore, but therefore somebody might want to use it as a mine, so they don't want other people to know that, which makes perfect sense. Okay, so that one, the last one, was at 12:33:01 a.m. starting this morning on the 16th. So we lead into today, my time. We had a 2.5, a 2.6, and then a 3.1 at 44 kilometers in depth. And this is over here where they're doing what looks like woodwork. But some of these, to me, look like other things. You can tell this looks very similar to what we see in Oklahoma, except it's a little blurred out. And I've tried landing and couldn't get a landing. This looks like maybe a house, but there's definite features that make me think otherwise. This looks like fracking to me. I don't know what this is, but when I'm looking at this, it could be water purification. I'm not sure. It just has a very different look to it than any of the wooding areas where they're clearing wood. The next one was a 2.6 at 46 kilometers deep, then a 2.8. A 2.8 to me, I counted more as a 3. And it wasn't very deep, but, it was within this area. And as you can see, there's more stuff going on over here. I don't know if this mining or what this is, but that's one of the reasons why I post these things up there and then let people tell me what they are. But it's near Gisborne. The next one was a 2.1, a 2.2 at 73 kilometers. Pull back a little bit. And this sits directly between both of the islands. Then we had a 2.5, a 1.6, 2.5, 2.5, 2.3, 2.6, 2.3, 2.6, and come to another 3.2. Which is also down here in the Gagora area. You can tell it still follows the rock features. So it still tells me that there is movement going on within the areas moving over. Next one was a 2.1, a 1.1, and then another 3.1. And this is near Cheviot. Let me see if we have any pictures. Shows the school. So this shows what the area here looks like. Then we come to a 2.6, 1.8, 1.3, 2.7, and a 2.7. The 2.7s were over here and also located in your water area. I'm curious what that is. Don't know. The other 2.7. Come back here. The other 2.7. I get my box opened up. Is located over here at near Mount Culverden and Tekoa Range. Then we had a 2.1, a 2.3, and a 1.7 at 47 kilometers deep. 47 really isn't that deep. The next one was a 2.7, a 2.3, a 1.9, and the next one's a 3.4. Every time I hit this wrong, it'll go to something else. 3.4. This is located off of Seddon. You have to remember this is a geothermal area. The next one was a 1.8, a 1.9, a 2.4, and a 2.1. Then a 2.8 occurring down here near Kikura. Also along those water areas that I told you about. These are the rivers that run through. Then we had a 1.2, a 2.3, a 2.1, and a 2.6. And it was followed by a 1.6 at 64 kilometers in depth. I noticed something else. The ones happen to be the ones that pick up more depth. Don't understand the reason for that, but I'm still learning. I'm not sure what's special around here that can cause this. It could be an old fracking area. If you notice these pads here, I don't know what they are. But it looks like some kind of stuff has been done over in here. And there's lots of them. The next one was a 1.1, a 2.7, a 1.6, a 2.4, a 2.2, and a 2.3. These were the ones that I've had so far for today. So nothing really major today. Most of it was yesterday. If you notice, our swim areas are here and here. We have our semi-quiet areas here. And if you look in between here, but if we pull back and we see where the swarms are, you can see that the quiet areas are going to be in here and down in here and through here and over here. And then when we look over here, you can see that Wellington, not Wellington, what is this area? Hawke's Bay, here and here. But as I'm looking, I tend to come back like this and count. And then you can count the ones up to figure out pretty much like this 123 here. This is going to cause another quake, which is going to be at least a mag higher. You have the ones that are here. So if here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, This one's a 2.6, but you have 5, and then you have the 2.6. You're going to look for maybe around a 3 here. So anyway, you'd have to go to DutchSense to get your forecast from him. As you already know, there's been the ones that were in Fiji. And then today there was one over here in Australia, which I have marked. I don't know much about Australia, so I can't really tell you a whole lot other than an earthquake hit there. I haven't done a whole lot of studying for this area. And they didn't have very good, what do you call it? I mean, to me, it looks like a tree over here. I can go down as deep as I can. Let's see if we can land. What we see here? Nothing. Okay, see, that's how good a view I got. Okay, so see, nothing there. But Dutch would be able to tell you everything about this. Anyway, all I do is go through and look and see what I'm seeing. Then I'll show you where the earthquake struck that was by my area. There was a 2.4 and it hit here. I marked it. It's for North Carolina, Tennessee. And it hit here. And I noticed something over here that looks familiar. But it hit over here. That little round circle. So that was our earthquake. Now, we get them over in this area, North Carolina. I live right here, this area here. So when we get them from here, around here, down here, and here, we tend to feel them. And it has something to do with we have like a granite ground. So we feel like vibrations, but nothing major. And then the one that happened last night was right down in this area. Anyway, you guys, this has been Rebecca the Explorer. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Hope you enjoyed. And hope I gave you some kind of idea of what's going on in New Zealand at the minute. I think it's all fracking wells. I'm actually over here looking at chat real quick. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. Other than that, DutchSense is the best person to go get your forecast from. I do this just to go over the earthquakes for the day for the people that don't have Google Earth and can't really look them up to see exactly where they occurred at and to give you an idea. Hi, Anna. How are you doing? Iris? And Rio. Rio, you're here. Yay. Anyway, I hope I gave you a little bit of an idea what's going on. Over on Facebook where I have put the pins up on the New Zealand site, if you go on there, you can write down underneath there for the locations and stuff. If you have Google Earth, you can write down the locations and stuff on there, what those areas are. So when I'm charting them on Google Earth, I can actually write in what that area is, because I don't know some of those that I look at and I don't want to guess and say, oh, that's a mining operation or that's a fracking operation when it ends up being a woodcutting operation. So it helps me out a little bit to be able to make sure that I get them correct, because I can't just go over there and look. So anyway, much love, you guys, and I will see you over at Dutch Chat. And thank you for checking out my video.